Hi folks, it's 18th of June today, somebody's birthday. Not me, Paul McCartney, 79 today, born on the 18th of June 1942, and to mark the occasion, do a small tribute to the albums that he made in the 1970s. These are my personal favourites, so I'm going to go with my least favourite to my most favourite. I love all the albums, don't get me wrong, everyone I do really love, but I love some more than the others. So let's crack on and start off with my least favourite Paul McCartney album. In fact, it's a Wings album, so we'll say Paul McCartney and Wings, and that's Venus and Mars. I do like this album, like I say, but this is my least favourite album. Favourite songs on this one, I guess, I do like Venus and Mars, the reprise on side 2. Listen to What the Man Said, that was a great single. Loving Song, yeah, there's some good songs on here. I used to like that Treat Her Gently and Lonely Old People. It also finishes off with the Crossroads TV theme, which was a TV programme here in the UK in the, I think, possibly late 60s into the 70s and a little bit beyond. And they used Paul McCartney's theme tune for Crossroads if they needed a sad ending. Anyway, so that's my least favourite Paul and Wings album. Moving on to the next one, we have Wings at the Speed of Sound. Another one I do like, but the tracks I do like on this one, Note You Never Wrote, which had the vocal by Denny Lane. Beware My Love, that was a good one. Silly Love Songs, that was a silly love song, but it was great. I love the bass line in that one. Yeah, so some good ones on there, but this is down the bottom end of my favourite list. Okay, moving on a little bit more. London Town. Now this album I felt was a bit too long and the sound quality did suffer slightly because of that. But again, some great tracks. I'm Carrying. I know Ringo liked that song. Girlfriend. I think Paul wrote that with Michael Jackson in mind. I've Had Enough. That reminded me a little bit of a Beatles type thing. You know, like She's a Woman, that type of basic rock song. With a Little Luck. That was a follow-up single over here to My Love Can Tire. So London Town is a good track. That was a single, but I didn't think it did very well over here. Cafe on the Left Bank. So yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good album. But again, it's on the lower end of my favourite list. Now the next one, may be a surprise, maybe not, but it's Band on the Run. Possibly the problem with this album is over-familiarity. You know, tracks like Band on the Run and Jet, you know. We hear them too many times. Paul's played them to death, I think, in concert, so maybe this is shuffled down a little bit now. It's a great album though, it really is. I think it's probably Paul's first classic album, so he finally sort of give a bit of competition to John and George's first albums. So this was a good album, very good. Yeah, but the two tracks I like particularly on this, the closing track on side 1 and the closing track on side 2. So we've got Let Me Roll It, closing side 1. Very much a John Lennon style song. I love the guitar in that one. And 1985, which closes the album on side 2. Great piano on that one. That could have been a Beatles song, I think, that one, 1985. Anyway, moving swiftly on, getting up to my most favourite ones now, and this is probably midway. Wings Wildlife. This might be a surprise to some people. Not a favourite among fans, but I do like this album. It's very basic, and Paul got off his pedestal, like John said, and we all admired him for that. Mumbo, Bit Bop, good tracks. Wildlife, Dear Friend, alright, but very basic and possibly just recorded in one day by the sounds of it, but more than that, but it was a hit and run album, I think, and Paul didn't spend too much time on production or expertise with that one. So, but I do like this album. Right, moving on. Coming down to the bottom four now, or should we say the top four. Back to the Egg, the Final Wings album. This, I think, is great. Really is one of Paul's bests. What do we like on this one? Spin It On, Old Siam Sir. So many good ones. Arrow Through Me, Getting Closer. Great album. But Paul was still slagged off with this album because I think people say, no, he's too soft, he wants to get a bit harder edge, especially around about late 70s, 78, 79. So it was a harder edge album, and it still got criticised. What can you do? What can you do? Can't do right for being wrong, or can't do wrong for being right. I don't know what that saying means. Right, top three now. Red Rose Speedway. Yeah, this is in my top three. I remember buying this, first came out. Big Barn Bed, One More Kiss, Single Pigeon. Not Much For My Love. That was a big single over here in the UK in 73, thereabouts. 72, 73, can't remember. Right, but did like this album, and I think John was okay with it too, I think, from what I seem to remember. Right, so yeah, so this one's okay. This one's alright. Right. Red Rose Speedway. Right, we're on to number two and number one. You know what they are, don't you? But I don't know which way around today to do these. So, based on how I feel at this moment today, number two is Ram. An absolute belter. Bought this when this one first came out. Couldn't understand the critics. I thought, what are they talking about? This is a great album. Really is. Too Many People, Three Legs, Ram On, Dear Boy, Uncle Albert. Great. Backseat of My Car. That scream what he does at the end of Backseat of My Car. That's like something from another world. It just takes off and goes crazy. It's a fantastic scream. Paul was really good at doing these screams in them days, as he was in the Beatles. But yeah, Ram. Number two for today. So that leaves one more. McCartney, The Bowl of Cherries. Now, I presume it's that way around because it opens the way it opens, but we all know this one, don't we? Every Night, Maybe I'm Amazed. That would be something. I know George liked that one. George Harrison liked That Would Be Something. But Ringo didn't like Ram while we're talking about ex-Beatles. But what does Ringo know? Right, so great colour with Mary there in the jacket. Paul looks great there. You notice it's called McCartney. My theory on that one is because John was saying Lennon on his songs, Instant Karma, composed by Lennon. So then Paul was saying, okay, you are Lennon, I'm McCartney, and that's going to be the title of the album, McCartney. So that's what I think. What do I know? All I know is this is a great, great album. As they all are. As they all are. The thing is, these are all my original ones. They're not remastered or reissued, or they were bought 2 years later. These were all bought more or less on release day, give or take 2 or 3 days. I knew Paul McCartney was getting an album out ready, so piggy bank time in the early 70s, saving a bit of money up, and so when the album came out I was ready to jump on a new McCartney album, which was always a treat in the 1970s for me, as was all the other solo Beatles. So that's my most favourite for today, and that's my least favourite for today. Maybe Band on the Run, Venus and Mars, etc. might go up, but another video next month, different list altogether, as we all know, don't we? Right, so we'll conclude at that point and comment. Tell me your favourite McCartney 70s albums. I may do an 80s one day, I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm a massive Paul McCartney fan of that period, 1970s, and into the 80s and beyond. It sort of dropped off a bit, but I still have great admiration for Paul. It's great, and I love what he's doing, and he keeps doing it, and that's the main thing. Okay, so I'm done for now, so thanks for watching.